What's going on? Welcome to the 413 Strong podcast. Now, today I want to talk just real quick about something that I'm confident will help you consistently lose 1 to 2 pounds each and every week. Now, why am I saying 1 to 2 pounds? Because for most people, that's a healthy rate of loss. You want to lose about 1% of your body weight per week. That's going to allow you to preserve muscle mass. Because most of you are not interested in only losing weight. That's a common mistake. And I'm like with my clients, get that vocabulary out of your system. You don't want weight loss. You want what we call body recomposition. You want to lose fat and at least maintain muscle, if not also gain muscle at the same time. And this is, it's not really a secret. It's, to be honest, just something people don't want to take the time to do. And here it is. Can anybody guess if you're watching? What's the secret? This is one of the first things I have my clients do. And I made any trainer that says, all right, I guarantee you 100% results, and everybody that has ever worked with me has gotten results, is lying, or they've only worked with 3 people. Because if you're doing your job, at some point you're going to make people mad and they're going to ghost you and go away. It doesn't happen often, but it will happen sometimes. And when this has happened to me, it's either been like, it normally involves excuses. Hey, good morning, Tony. Or it involves not wanting to do this thing. So here it is. The secret to losing 1 to 2 pounds per week, each and every week, is meal prepping. Not a super secretive answer maybe that you were expecting, but those of you that meal prep know what a difference it makes. Because the number one issue I see, especially with men, especially with dads, is they're on the go a lot, and they end up just kind of going with the crowd. Yeah, let's go out to eat here. Let's go grab this. And I know some people's solution is, well, just track your macros. But it becomes this stress and anxiety of playing macro Tetris for the rest of your life. Or you just choose to do what I'm saying, and that's make some healthier choices and reserve a little bit of time each week to do some batch work, some batch cooking. So you have all these meals sitting there ready for you, no excuses. And if my clients tell me they can't meal prep, I'm like, all right, so we're working out 4 days a week? They're like, yeah. Okay, now we're working out 3. They're like, wait, what? And I'm like, the fourth workout, actually the first workout, scratch that. We're now going to use that time to meal prep. That's how important this is. And then normally they're like, oh, wait, yeah, I can meal prep. I do have time. I'm like, I knew you had time. I was just saying, like, it's an excuse. Time is always an excuse. If it's important to you, you'll make time. So I highly encourage you to make time to meal prep. Here's how I personally do it. Okay. Now, you're not going to meal prep everything you eat. And most of my guys are eating anywhere from 4 to 6 meals, normally 5 or 6. And like some meals are snacks, and you may say that's a lot, but if you want to get enough protein to actually do something and to actually support burning fat and building muscle at the same time, you can't do it in 3 meals unless you're eating like a medieval king, and who has time to do that? So what you want to do is plan, we'll just say 5 meals, and say, okay, how much protein do I need? Let's say it's 180 grams. No, let's say 200 because the math's easier. All right, so for 5 meals, that's going to be 40 grams of protein per meal. And so at breakfast, plan to have something that's 40 grams. A lot of my clients cook breakfast, or if you're watching live, blend it right there in person so you don't have to prep that. But you can prep breakfast. Things like overnight oats are a great option. Okay, so get out 5 big mason jars, prep your overnight oats. Then what meals are what I call routine meals? This is you're eating by yourself or in the workroom, and you're not going to have your family with you, or it's not like a big social thing. Those are the meals that you want to prep. So, like for me, I've got well, I call them two lunches, like a lunch and a brunch that I prep every week. And then I eat dinner with the family. And then one of my meals is normally something like Greek yogurt that's just real easy to whip all the ingredients in right there. And typically I cook breakfast right there on the spot as well. So if you're only have to prep two meals and then you got breakfast, dinner, just eat whatever the family's having. Don't stress about it. And then a snack like Greek yogurt. Okay. So you got to prep two meals. How much protein in my example did we need? If you need to have 200 grams of protein because you're 200 pounds, we want about 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, 40 grams each meal. So how much meat do I need in cooked amount, not the pre-cooked amount, raw? How much meat do I need in each meal to make 40 grams of protein? And you're going to buy that at the grocery store, multiply it times 5 or 6, how many days you're prepping for. Okay. It's not that simple. And you may be like, oh, I don't want to do that. But like you do it once and you got it. Write it down and you've got it for life. Okay. Then you got to think, all right, let's put a carbohydrate with it. Something like a potato or rice. Okay. Sweet potatoes take about an hour to cook, but they're super simple. I just put them in a deep pan, put some olive oil and salt, wash the potatoes, just waller them around in there, put them in the oven for an hour at 425, more maybe it is 450. I'd have to check. And boom, in an hour they're good to go. While that's going on, I've got one of my meats on the stovetop. I've got another one of my meats on the grill. And this is how you meal prep, guys. You layer. And then, so I've got the potatoes in the oven, meat on the grill and stovetop. I'm going to get a bag of microwavable vegetables, whichever one you want to have. That's going to go with one of my meats. I'm popping that in the microwave. Then I'm going to get my other vegetable for the second meal, because we should be having a vegetable pretty much with each meal. Let's say some chopped zucchini. I'm going to chop that zucchini. I'm going to wrap it up in foil like a big piece of taffy, and I'm going to put it on the grill with some olive oil and salt. All right, so I got meat and vegetables on the grill, sweet potato in the oven, meat on the stovetop, and I've got, did I say sweet potatoes in the oven? I'm losing track. And vegetables in the microwave, but I'm not done. Some of you have an air fryer or a rice cooker or an Instant Pot, something like that. Let's put some rice in there. So now we're going to have that going. And my rice in my air fryer takes like 35 minutes, I think. So I'll have some like wild rice, white rice, whatever in there. Most of this stuff, except for the sweet potatoes, does not take an hour. So all of a sudden within, we'll say within an hour, I have 10 meals prepped. I get out my glass containers because I don't like to use plastic. And I know some people, well, it's not that bad, but like, yeah, studies don't always look at like a lifetime of use. They look at like short term. So using glass definitely isn't going to hurt you. And then I'm going to take some scissors when my meat cools, if it's steak, and I just cut it into strips. If I had ground turkey on the stovetop, I'm going to weigh it out. And once you weigh it a couple times, you can usually eyeball it. You know what 5 ounces of ground turkey looks like in your container. So you don't have to weigh it each and every week over and over. Now, occasionally I will weigh it again just to recalibrate. All right. And then you get your sweet potatoes out of the oven, you put them in there, and boom, in an hour's time, you have 10 meals or 12 meals, whatever it was you prepped, ready for the week. Now, whenever you're hungry, instead of thinking, well, I'm just going to go down to Chick-fil-A, or I I need to get something out of a vending machine, or I need to stop in the gas station. Nope. You got the meals right there. Just pull them out of the fridge, whether you're at home or at work, heat them up real quick, eat them while you're working, eat them during your lunch break. Because if you stay on track with nutrition, you will lose the weight and the fat you're wanting to lose. Now, do you need cardio with that? Sometimes you get to that point, but I'll be honest. If I had to put a number, I'd say 70% of my guys lose at least half the fat they're wanting to lose with no cardio. No, me not telling them do 30 minutes on the treadmill. It's just like, hey, just make sure you're really active. You know, if you see you had 5,000 steps, kind of do an audit. Why did I only get 5,000 steps yesterday? It's just shoot for like 7 or 8, you know, nothing crazy. And by doing that, getting our workouts in the gym, and then meal prepping, you can consistently lose 1 to 2 pounds per week. Now, I know you may be thinking, Doug, what about like tracking macros? This one guy I work with said, I have to track. Yeah, he probably doesn't have kids. And he probably just heard that and he's repeating what he said or what he heard. I think tracking could be a good tool, but that's a whole nother episode. I think that, especially starting off, you do not need to track macros. And your body will tell you, your God-given natural hunger and satiety cues will tell you if you are getting enough food. So like if you're in a deficit, you'll be able to tell, oh, I'm in a caloric deficit. And then if you're feeling just like stuffed all the time, like you feel like you have a food belly, like, okay, I probably ate too much, right? So just by being really conscious about what you're eating and dialing in those God-given satiety and hunger cues, you will be able to eat the consistent same meals each and every day, which I know that may sound quote unquote boring, but you know what's not boring is getting an awesome result, seeing your abs for the first time, taking your shirt off at the pool or the beach or whatever, or wearing a tank top to the gym and feeling good about yourself. So sometimes there's trade-offs in life, and these trade-offs actually aren't so bad. All right. So that's the secret. David said results. I prefer results. I don't know about you. So if that's helpful for you, let me know. And maybe, I'm sure most people have heard of meal prep, and I've heard people say, oh, it's so cringy. I hate it when so-and-so posts his meal prep pictures. They're not doing it to be cringy. They're doing it to inspire you. You're just choosing to think that way. And I guarantee you, if you meal prepped as well, you could be like my client Wayne that lost a little over 100 pounds by losing 1 to 2 pounds consistently each and every week for nearly 2 years. Or like David on here just said results. He lost 10 inches off his waist last year in under a year he was always sending me his meal prep pictures each and every week, eating, having his food prepped for him right there so he didn't have to eat out. So I hope that was helpful for you. I'm going to be doing a special little giveaway the week of Thanksgiving for Black Friday. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And if you're interested in joining the club, the 413 Barbell Club, let me know. Send me the word faithfully if you're interested in learning how to grow your faith, lose your gut, lose your dad bod, and grow muscle at the same time. All right. Hope you all have a good one.